So this King of Swords, this masculine, has been through a lot of disappointment, a lot of sorrow. And this disappointment and sorrow, they may not realize that they've been carrying it with them. They were coming across, there's a couple of ways we could interpret this. With the Ten of Cups, they were coming across like they were happy. Maybe if they were in a family unit, they're coming across like I'm happy, when in reality they're not. Or they lost their family unit and they're still trying to put on this like, oh, everything's fine, when in reality it's a really heavy burden. With the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like Spirit is aligning events for this person to get out of this energy. Lovers reversed. If the lovers are reversed, this person, one, they may be imbalanced between their masculine and feminine. And two, they might have had a really bad experience in love. And it made them feel so disappointed that they kind of interpreted that as, it's better if I'm just always alone. They kind of put themselves in the healing energy, but they never left. Remember, because this is about, it's time to come back out, meet the world. Let's see, clarify Ten of Cups. Six of Swords. The Two of Swords. Clarify the Ten of Cups. The World and the Strength card. Look who we have here. Who did I say it was? The King of Swords. Yeah. This is a King of Swords. And oh, the Six of Pentacles and the shadow side. This could be somebody who they have been taught that their value comes from what they give. Their value comes from how much they can provide. But that led them to possibly choose the wrong partner. And they thought they were making the right choice and went all sideways. And it could be for possibly a long time. This person just interpreted it like they withdrew into this cold, logical, I can't let my heart take over because it makes me, take stupid decisions. Sorry, I just realized I had my keys in my little pouch here. They give the impression that they've moved on from their past, but I feel like there's been some denial about that because the Two of Swords with the Six of Swords is the 8, and the Eight of Swords is somebody who has not moved on. They're stuck. But something now, because now 6, 7, 8, 9. The King makes the 9 of Swords. I remember we have 3 10s at the beginning. There's some completion. They've completed some cycle, especially with the World card here. This is definitely completion of a cycle. It's like they were allowed to stay alone. They were allowed to thoroughly, whatever they went to, they had to thoroughly learn that lesson. This could be somebody who, once everything went sideways in their love life, they might have turned very cynical, very bitter, very jaded. And so they swore off love. They swore off people. And Spirit was like, okay, well, maybe that's your lesson. You're going to realize that you need people. You need love. But they had to give them plenty of time to be without it for them to be able to process the next lesson. Clarify Ten of Wands. King of Wands. Oh, the Empress. Oh, well, clarify Ten of Wands. And the Five of Cups. Well, what have we here? Okay, I feel like this, two different messages here. One, once upon a time, the person that they were very passionate about could be the mother of their children, or it could be somebody that they saw as like the epitome of femininity. And that's the person that left them devastated. That could be this storyline. But the other thing I see here is that they've met an empress who also has been devastated, who also carries a lot of pain from the past. So it's almost like this masculine was meant to meet this empress, because maybe for a long time they felt, I must just be especially stupid because they played me for stupid. They played me like a dumbass motherfucker. And part of the lesson that they're having to learn, the universe is aligning them with an empress who is very intuitive, very intelligent, both high priestess and empress. They're at like the highest levels of divine feminine energy. And this person is like mind blown because they're realizing even this ethereal, wonderful human can be devastated. Even this human can carry around pain from the past. And it's like somehow that makes them feel more confident. Like, oh, maybe I just, it's not that I was stupid. Those people showed me that they're not worthy of trust. They're changing their perspective. They're coming back to life. They're getting more passionate about life again, but they're definitely passionate about this empress. However, another meaning for the Ten of Wands is that the passion that they feel for this empress is starting to become a burden. I don't think that they've expressed this to her because they still are struggling with, what about the past? What if this all turns into ashes, just like the previous connection? I love that we've got the Wheel of Fortune here because fate has a hand in the events currently transpiring. Clarify Wheel of Fortune. Queen of Cups. Nine of Wands. Queen of Swords. With the High Priest and the Four of Wands. Wow. Page of Wands. Okay. They are, they're definitely stressed out about this connection because one, they're learning from this empress. They're growing as they listen to her, as they have conversations, or I don't know if they might have, I think they have conversations because I'm seeing a connection here. Doesn't have to be. It's a collective. But they're also stressed out because for the first time, they're thinking about marriage again. They're thinking about partnership. They're thinking about forever with someone. The universe showed them, okay, part of what the universe needed to show them was that within the same person, you can see love, softness, compassion, tenderness, with intelligence, boundaries, seeing things clearly. So maybe before, this was somebody who was soft, but they felt stupid for being taken advantage of. They felt, maybe I should have never been soft because that made me stupid. That made me act in stupid ways. And now they're realizing, looking at this divine feminine, they're realizing she's not stupid. And they still played her for a fool. But that doesn't mean that she stopped being soft either. She has the balance. She's learned lessons from the things she's been through, but that doesn't mean she stopped being soft. In fact, that's part of what I love about her. So they're learning multiple things. They're learning balance. They're learning that Just because people do us wrong doesn't mean we have to stop loving. But just because we love doesn't mean we can't learn from our previous experiences and start putting boundaries and start protecting, our space and our time, our energy. They're learning this from the Empress. Clarify lovers reversed. 8 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. 6 of Wands. And there's the Wheel of Fortune again. Wow. I'm telling you, this is a divine feminine. This is a feminine who has all the qualities. Passionate, confident, nurturing. They know how to stabilize. They know how to be practical. They know how to be grounded. But they also have, like, they're all they're the full package. And yet, you see how this person is examining that pentacle? It's like this king is still like, but is it real though? Is it real? Because with the Lovers reversed, it's almost like they don't believe in love anymore. And this is the first opportunity or the first person that they've come across that's making them really question if maybe they should try to invest again. If maybe this really is the real deal. Because they really look at this Empress like she's the full package. Full package. But they're still struggling because the Lovers came out reversed. They still don't believe in love. So they've still got to open up their heart space. Clarify 5 of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, Temperance. The Moon and 3 of Swords. The Hanged Man. Yeah. There's definitely a shift in perspective here. Because the way things are playing out between these two, this king is definitely changing the way they see things. They're realizing that maybe they didn't see things clearly before. Maybe, like, they're getting out of victim mentality, because I feel like they had a little bit of victim mentality. They're re-examining the past. They're re-examining why they even fell into this in the first place. And they're accepting it. They're more like, okay. But it's a tempering thing. It's like, okay, just because this was my past, I can't ignore it, but I can take valuable lessons from it. They're not letting it consume them anymore, though. The feminine might have had something to do with them going into their subconscious, realizing that they were still heartbroken, that they were still in pain. And it's making them reevaluate a lot of things here. It's making them look at the possibility of the happily ever after once again. Interesting. Okay, let's move on. See what else comes through. What else do we need to know about this collective? Got the 7 of Wands. The 8 of Pentacles. The Page of Wands. The 9 of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles. And the Empress, the Justice card, the Knight of Wands, 6 of Cups, and the Hierophant. Oof, child. This masculine is, this Empress is really hitting them right in the heart space. It's a karmic connection, though. As in, this Empress is meant to learn something from them, and they're meant to learn something from her. And not all karmic connections are terrible. This could be a beautiful past life connection, but they're seeing it like they really have to step up their courage. They really have to be brave, because love has kind of turned into their personal demon, facing the desire for love, facing the desire for closeness, facing the fact that they want to build memories with someone, that they want long term, that they want love. This is a lot for them. But with the Seven of Wands, again, part of these conversations that they've been having with this divine feminine has made them realize, I mean, look at the body language, how defensive they've been, how they keep everybody at bay. They are, they possibly focus on working hard, and they may be, oh, okay. As soon as I said they focus on working hard, I heard work hard, play hard in my head. So this may be somebody who lives by that philosophy of like, well, I work hard, so I should be able to play just as hard. And they possibly, I feel like they really weren't interested in love. Not for a long time, not for possibly ever. But now they're in this state of, what if I'm wrong? What if this is the real deal? What if this is the one? What if wishes do come true? And I just needed to wait for the right person. I don't feel like these two are dating because there's a lot of nines here. The king first showed up with the 9 swords, and now we've got the 9 cups, 9 pentacles. I don't think this is a relationship yet. Clarify 7 of Wands. Ooh, 5 of Cups reversed, 3 of Cups reversed. Okay. Clarify 7 of Wands. The Ace of Cups. Wow. 4 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, Magician. So these two approached love from very different perspectives. The masculine approached connection or intimacy from a very sexual, from a very passionate perspective, closed off to everything else. They always thought, like, this will give me what I need. The Magician there. But the feminine approaches love with an open heart, wanting emotional connection, wanting to open and exchange heart energy with the other person. So in their conversations, this masculine is realizing, I've been very defensive because I've been coming from a place of thinking I just need to be alone. So this is somehow shifting, because 5 of Cups reversed, they don't want to do this anymore. They don't want to be alone anymore. They don't want to be in sorrow anymore. 3 of Cups, if before they made sure to keep everybody at arm's length as a friend, or friends with benefits or something like that, they also don't want to do that. Their heart is opening. They don't want this to be a missed opportunity. They don't want this to be the one that got away, the one that they only have memories with. Clarify 8 of Pentacles. And keep in mind, I don't see them taking action yet. I see them curious about it. Clarify 8 of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. Ooh, that's a lot. 3 of Pentacles. 4 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. The Emperor. The 7. Oh, there's that King of Cups. So these defensive measures they would take, because that's what they were doing, right? These defensive measures they would take is because they didn't want anyone to creep their way into their heart. Yeah, that stressed them out. Except with this Empress, it feels like it's a little too late. And that has already happened.